Okay, here we go. I hope everything is working. I'm on the road again, no longer in my natural habitat. Um I am in a hotel on the West Coast. Before I forget, let me turn on my heart rate. Title Tuesday starts in less than 3 minutes. I woke up not too long ago, so it might take a little bit of time for me to like fully wake up. Heart rate at 68. Okay. Try and make sure I have chat visible for me. Welcome back to James Black. Happy 28 months. Oh, is this working? Wait a minute. I think alerts are muted, but they should be visible now. Hello to everyone joining early across Twitch and YouTube. I saw Namcol was first in YouTube chat. Endgame Master. Hello to everyone in Twitch chat. Hope people are doing well. Yeah, there's not too much time to kill. Tournament starts in just under 100 seconds. So I was just testing the widget, which is the thing above my head, and it should be working. We have the newly added Brilliant and Blunder counter. So we'll put that to the test today. It will require some manual updating, but yeah, hopefully I can produce more brilliant moves and blunders. Thank you to Bambi, converting from Prime to Tier 1. I appreciate that. Also, thank you, Arthur Philip Dent. Happy 41. Yeah, I hope everything looks and sounds okay. I am on my travel setup. I did a speed test a few minutes ago. Upload speed is like around 9. That makes sense. Upload and download are around 9, so should be stable enough for streaming. If I mysteriously disappear, it's probably internet connection. Okay, have a few seconds. Here we go. Hiding chat from my end. First opponent playing this person. I'm gonna stick with my main repertoire. Okay, Jobava London is White's choice. Knight BD7 is my pet line. Not the most common move, but very playable. This is already, I think, considered to be quite nice for black. So I'll win C5. If takes and takes and takes, I think there I just castle and then use the E-file. Maybe Queen E7 first. Yeah, take and then Queen E7 I think is a bit more accurate. What is White doing? Like Knight of 3 F6. Okay, that makes some sense. Do I have f6 still? We could trade on d7, but white still has this issue with the bishop pinned. Okay, so white is gonna sack the piece. Oh, there's almost a cool line. Work. So knight takes and then bishop takes f2. And then castle. I could also castle right away. Hitting f2, unpinning the knights, also hitting this, and then there's still a pin. I mean, there's some check, like bishop c4 or queen d5, but king h8. I think everything is under control. So queen d5, there's rook f7 helping defend. And the knight is unpinned. So knight f6 is probably the next move if I get a chance. If takes and queen d5, it looks like a fork, but I have bishop e6. Even still rook f7 too. But rook f7, knight e5, so probably bishop e6. Whoa. Okay, opponent wants queen c4. Have to allow it. Take a moment. Thinking queen d3. Queen d3, take. Looks pretty clean. A pawn is pinned. And there's takes and rook f2. And just defend first. I probably should have taken on b2, but that's okay. Life is still good. Okay. Uh, Felt like a pretty clean game. Dismantling the Jobava London. I hope the stream is still working. Let me check on things. Everything looks to be functioning. Let me update the thing. Also, let's do game review. Let's check for blunders and brilliant moves. Okay, no brilliant moves, but also no blunders. Accuracy of 90.9. We'll take that. Yeah, this is a tricky line if white is not prepared. And from my experience, like a lot of players are not prepared for this. It's a relatively new move. It's also engine approved. Knight d7 is one of the top engine moves. And yeah, the main lines are usually like queen takes d1 or queen a5. Knight d7 just keeps queens on the board. I think white should play queen d5 here. Is slightly more accurate. The engine says queen d4 is also fine. But then white has to be very accurate from here. Bishop e5. Yeah, black is already her choice. I'm actually surprised that engine says white has like decent compensation. Like I thought I'm just winning a piece. Also, thank you for the raid, Aline Lee. Appreciate that. Yeah, welcome to everyone just tuning in. It's Title Tuesday, just played the first game. Now for people tuning in, like it's much easier to see the status of my tournament with the widget. I'm very grateful for it. Got my 100% win streak. We'll see how long I can keep that up. So engine prefers castling for white. And I'd probably take with a pawn. How does this work? Castle? Because this is almost what happened in the game, right? This is what happened in the game. Wow, so white's okay. Queen d5. I was going to play rook f7. Oh, bishop c4. I do lose back material. I didn't calculate this. Opponent missed it too, probably. Like, they took most of their time. Like, more than half their time to take on d7. And then, yeah, black's just winning. Okay. There's a question, is this a new camera? I'm just using my iPhone. This is my travel setup. My home setup, I use a Sony, one of the nicer Sony cameras. But the iPhone camera is like pretty good for a webcam. Anyway, moving on. I'm streaming on a MacBook too, so it used to be that streaming on a Mac was quite difficult from a technical standpoint, but these days it's maybe even preferable over Windows, at least in some regards. Okay, we have a London, expecting knight h5. G6 and knight f6 are the two main lines. G6 used to be the main move, but recently knight f6 has become a bit more popular. There's a game a couple years ago in the World Cup, Fabiano won a really beautiful game, like beautiful positional game with this move. But this is still prep, still theory. Attacking the knight. This is a much sharper line in the London compared to like other main lines. Usually goes knight g7, h4, white sacks and e-pawn. Get some compensation maybe. Knight f6. To be honest, I've studied this at some point, but I don't remember what to do. I think bishop b5. I'll try and exploit this thing. I might just trade off the bishop and then try and use the dark squares. Knight's not defended. I am actually sacking the pawn here. Takes, takes, takes. The plan would be to castle, and then I assume black's going to have some issues. Knight d7 doesn't work. And the queen is tied down currently to c6. Wow, so castle. And how does black not get skewered? There's three things on the diagonal. The knight's not actually covering d4 because it's pinned. So if bishop d7, I take, and then still bishop d4. And black can only move one thing at a time. So if castle, I skewer, then the queen and knight. If the queen moves... Actually, if the queen moves, I just win the knight. And if the rook... Yeah, I mean, rook moves the same as castling. If the knight moves, I skewer the queen and rook. It's looking pretty good. I have a very vague memory of like studying this position. Maybe after an online Blitz game, like seeing this idea for the first time. Oh, okay, black is trying to defend. So if I take and then bishop d4, queen g5, h4, I think is just winning. And it's going to be a fork in the end too. If I take on f6 with the bishop. Or the queen. Okay, another pretty clean game. A shorter game that time, 17 moves. Real quick, I'll do game review. I do want to put this, at least a brilliant move counter to use. But no brilliant moves or blunders. Seems like an almost perfect game. 98.9%. We'll take that. I mean, most of the game was prep. Maybe there's some argument that like this wasn't specific prep, but this was definitely an idea I've seen before of setting up bishop d4. Oh, there's a question. Did you just intuitively know that queen f3 was good? Yeah, it was part intuition, but part like vague memories. I can't remember if I was streaming the game that I've studied this before. Might be hard to check. But this is why it helps to like have a lot of experience in such an opening, especially a sharp variation. Where yeah, there's these nice tactical patterns. So let's check real quick. Was bishop e5 best? Oh, engine actually doesn't quite like bishop e5. Prefers g5. G5 is always a little bit, at least it feels unnatural, because it gives the knight not only h5, but potentially f5 as well. So what's the point? Knight g7. I guess we just play around the knight. Bishop b5, also playable. Yeah, queen c7 was a mistake because it walks into this. There's been a few questions. Where am I traveling? I'm on the West Coast, not for a tournament, and just family vacation. I'll be returning to my natural habitat in the near future. But I'm happy the travel setup seems to be working. I'll lightly play up next game. 2 out of 2. It's been a while since I've been over 2800, so maybe I can break it this tournament. There's a comment, nice haircut. I haven't had a haircut in a few months, but thank you. And my voice is still warming up. I'm drinking water. At some point, I might use the coffee machine. There's a comment from Hamilton in Twitch. I'm going to St. Louis in a few weeks. Any particular spots you recommend seeing? In a few weeks, that's gonna be probably the start of St. Louis Rapid and Blitz and or Sinkfield Cup. So definitely stop by the chess club. There should be probably more visitors than usual. I don't think the event will be open to spectators in terms of like watching the players in person, but it should be good. Good chess scene just to be around the chess club, and the World Chess Hall of Fame is a 3-story chess museum. A lot of cool exhibits. Right next door is Kingside Diner, which is a chess themed restaurant. Decent place for brunch. Oh, there's a question. Have you looked at Alice Chess? I did look it up. Yeah, I watched one of the tutorial videos on the rules, but I didn't really get into it. It looked complicated. It reminded me of what was it called? 5D chess is like. A little bit mind bending. How are people still playing? Yeah, it feels like it's been a long break, but I guess my game was relatively short. Yeah, this is the final game of the round. Rook versus Rook. I played one of these last week that went to 50 moves. Yeah, if you want something that's not chess in St. Louis, Forest Park is very nice. A lot of museums and the zoo, which are completely free. The only issue is it can be very, very hot in August, so depending on the weather, might be better to do things inside. Thank you to Joe Robot. First time Prime. Okay. Here we go, playing very strong GM. I'm white again. Try and have another happy London. Have we played before? Twice before. So it's basically a reverse Cambridge Springs with a happy bishop. Black is objectively like totally fine in these lines. But there's some pressure. The battery, the bishop is hanging. I take. Oh no, taking doesn't work. It just takes, and then e5 hangs. Do I move back? There's c4. You trade everything. f6. I feel like I've had this before. I'm probably slightly worse. But it looks playable. Hmm. If a3, b4, and then I can stick a knight on d5 or on c5. c4. Black wants to double up. I'm thinking g4, h5. Hmm. I'm losing a pawn, probably. Like there's en passant, then takes on e4. Valuing c5. Or c4. It's still interesting. Maybe some comp. If takes, I take and then knight c5. Rook a7, rook a1. Oh, there's takes on f3. But then still knight e4. That's very interesting. So material's equal. I thought I was down a pawn, but I'm not. Hmm. It's an F4 idea. I don't understand why black didn't take. B-pawn's pretty fast. Mm, my heart rate's definitely not 73. My yeah, my watch kind of just died. Let me reset that. It's so close to a win. Is it winning? Like if I play this, then this, but then maybe. And the problem is I can't easily win the pawn because I've played this and there's this. Oh, the board froze. Oh, I'm sorry. How did that happen? Wait. Oh, everything. What happened? How do I fix this? Okay. I'm sorry about that. I just played an insane game and people didn't see the finish. Oh, I'm sorry. The game was a draw. Oh, where did it freeze? It froze around here, right? So the camera is fine. Yeah, something with like I guess OBS. It's happened before. It's been a long time since that's happened. But it's something with streaming from my laptop. Anyway, okay, so uh on the break I'll review, but for now. Oh, this did this thing break too? The other thing broke. Okay. Anyway, moving on, playing Vasiv, a former teammate of mine. I think this is some modern thing to take. Actually, I don't know the theory here. Take a knight f6. Looks playable. Okay, let me try and not burn too much time. Whoa. Wow. Does that work? Take king h8. I wonder if this is prep. Played this so quickly. I feel like I have to take the bishop. He's probably not bluffing. Okay, let's take the bishop, see what happens. I mean, he's played every move instantly. I'm up a piece for 2 pawns. Knight d5. Bishop d3 is coming. Bishop d3 f5. Oh, but then knight g6. Yeah. Huh. Bishop f5 maybe. Okay, this looks playable, but also terrifying. With no time to. This feels so wrong. Some c5 idea. Hmm. Probably doesn't work at all. Oh, my thing is hanging, but I can take knight e3. Oh, that just works. Okay, this game will be a lesson. How many things am I down? How many seconds am I down? Okay, let's resign. That was rough, but also a very humbling experience. At least the streaming thing didn't break again. Okay, that was my first loss. So I do want to do a few things. I want to learn my lesson from this game. I also want to show what happened in the previous game. I remember seeing something on Twitter about H3. It's like kind of a new trend in the exchange French. I tried to play the setup that Avatik Gregorian taught me. It looked playable. White has some pressure. It's kind of a good IQP position because I'm not actually controlling d5. So maybe he was bluffing. Queen d3. I guess queen d3 does have this very sneaky idea, which I was oblivious to until he played bishop takes h6. Also, thank you, Joss, for Pope. Happy 40 months. So Engine likes knight a5 to chase the bishop away from this diagonal, which is some sense like prophylaxis against queen g6. Yeah, knight b4 felt natural, but yeah, he's probably looked at this before, or at least something similar. The position's not like completely over, it's scary. So where did things go wrong? Knight d5. Okay, queen b6 wasn't great, but already it's difficult. Oh, thank you, XI Sparks, for stopping by. Hope all is well. Okay, real quick, let's do game review on this. Did I blunder at all? Or did I just make a bunch of mistakes? I made 2 mistakes. Vasif made 1 brilliant move, bishop takes h6. That doesn't count for me, though. I'm sure I had some blunders at previous game. There are also some requests for me to show the standings, which I can. Still handful of players with 4 out of 4. Oh, Gukash is playing. I don't think I've ever played Gukash in chess. It'd be cool to maybe... I mean, it's cool to be in the same tournament as him. I have to start winning games if I want any chance of playing him. So I'm going to go to... Where is it? Here. So the draw that I had was like pretty crazy. Okay, Engine doesn't like knight e5. Oh, h3, g4. Interesting. Okay, not h4, but knight h4. Yeah, this is something I'll keep in mind. Yeah, a lot of these moves are very unnatural. Like bishop e2. I guess there's value in keeping light squared bishop and trading off black's light squared bishop. Anyway, we got some position. Oh, let me disable the heart rate monitor. It's been stuck at 73 for a while now. Yeah, at some point in this game, I think I was like very close to winning. Yeah, black misplayed it. They should have taken on f3, but it's scary with the pawn being defended on d6. Knight c5 coming. King e8's only move to not be worse. And then, okay. I should have played h6. I considered it briefly, but I didn't. I was too rushed to try and exploit e5. We trade everything. So yeah, when we got here, I was liking my chances. I didn't play b6 because this. Oh, wow. The pawn can't be taken because knight d7. But what if rook b5? And just b7. There's no bishop e4, and this is coming. Wow. That's hard to calculate, especially like with no time left. I played knight a4, trying to prevent rook b2. And then... Was this always a draw? Like, no, it's winning. Okay, so I got a winning position, but queening was not a good move. Best moves are rook g7 or rook g6, which I'm not finding with 3 seconds left. And then, yeah, we got to this situation where black's pawn is just too strong. And it's just a draw. Okay. So I think I made 2 blunders this game. Let's check. I made 0 blunders. Oh, 2 misses. Which should be blunders, but according to chess.com, 0 blunders. So I'm still clean when it comes to my blunder count. Okay. Yeah, apologies again for things breaking. Like the board froze, my heart rate froze. I'm restarting my watch, so hopefully heart rate will be back at some point. Four-Way Fork says, my wife is a physician and was very worried for you when I showed her a clip of your heart rate monitor, LOL. Yeah, I guess it's my cardio, but it's also my anxiety when I'm low on time against good players. I wonder if it would improve my chess if I like work on keeping my heart rate low in intense time scrambles. Question from Judy Man, is there a 10-second delay? Yes. That is one of the requirements when streaming Title Tuesday. I'm also required to use Proctor. I have my second camera next to me. It also screen records. I think that's a lot of things. Okay, my watch is still turning on. I think what happened was I'm wearing this hoodie. Shout out to merch. shop.iamrosen.com if you want a hoodie like this. But it's long sleeves, so it messed with my watch. It probably just canceled out of the app or signed me out. There's a question, can you have music playing during Title Tuesday for yourself? I could, but I can't have headphones. So I'd have to play through my speaker, and that might mess with my microphone. Oh hey, it's Nishu. Thank you, Nishu. Nishu is the creator of the amazingly beautiful widget above my head. We do have the widget command, XM widget, in both chats that will link what I'm using if there's other streamers that want to use it for themselves. Okay, let me quickly check the timer thing. We should be on break. Oh, we have 30 seconds until next game starts. Oh, thank you, Anvil's Arc. Appreciate the sub and the kind words. Okay, next game starting very soon. Make sure things are working. Here we go. So I'm just below 2800. I think I did pass 2800 briefly after the draw. I'm not sure. Let's play this. Some B4 idea. Like one thing I vaguely remember. I haven't looked at this line in a long time. B4 is prevented. Black might want this. Play bishop B5. Queen A2 could be met with E5. Not sure what to do here. You just still Queen A2. Oh, if E5 I have bishop G5. Interesting. Wow, can I take on D5? Is black bluffing or setting up a trap? Like one of these poker situations. Ah, there's knight takes D4. No, but then I take on D7. I'm not seeing it. Yeah, this would defend the knight. But then just move back. I would maybe accept double pawn. Oh, H3 hangs in the end. Wait, no it doesn't. The knight's in the way. Yeah, this should still be fine. I'm hallucinating. Knight here, probably just queen back. And there's also maybe the option of taking. Simplify further. You could take with either pawn. There's calculation. Take, 92. Oh, maybe it works for black. Maybe I should have taken with the other pawn to keep the bishop defended. Does it? Take on d7 with bishop? Oh, it's really confusing. Okay, so now I take with bishop. Take and then take. Okay, I'm up a pawn. But life goes on. Hmm. I don't think I mind the trade on f3. Hmm. Oh no, I just blunder f5. Opponent misses it. That's very fortunate. Yeah, f5 would have trapped the knight. Yeah, now it should be okay, even with this. It still takes work. I think I'm winning material. This is knight fork, and then it'll be a rook fork. Hmm. Wow. I'm losing. How did this happen? Ah. Wow. How did I lose that? Just out of nowhere. I let my guard down. At 5 seconds left, couldn't figure out the defense. That's really sad. I'm sure there's a blunder this game. Like towards the end there. Yeah, 2 blunders. Oh no, my blunder counter. Oh no, my score as well. That's 2 losses in a row. But some more lessons to learn. Yeah, what did I do? It's completely winning. Rook d1 is better, yeah. Okay, rook e1's still winning. And then... Wow. Yeah, I just put myself in a difficult spot. There's only one winning move here. G4. Which is so hard to even, like, consider. But I need to get the king to g2. If takes... Oh, not king g2, because there's f3. And black is winning. That's insane. The bishop controls g7. So only move rook f7 to hit f4. So if this, and then take, and then this, and then it's okay. Why not g3? Because g3 doesn't come with tempo, and black's going to have this f3 resource. So after rook e1, king g2, there's f3, which unfortunately for white is just crushing. Takes, and then the f pawn's going to queen. that's unfortunate. I had a great position. I was happy with c4 too to, yeah, to lose a d-pawn but win the e-pawn. Opponent fought well though. Okay, I think my rating is back to maybe where I started. Maybe a bit lower. There we go again. I think I have a goal of one brilliant move for this tournament. They can be hard to get. Requires some level of brilliance. E5, what? A strange move. It's basically a Sicilian where white has moved the pawn twice. I think f6 actually maybe the best way to try and punish this. I'm not sure how effective this is. Take. Queen g5. Let's try it. Yeah, I might be misplaying this. It's interesting though, kind of fresh position. Yeah, I do want to develop in castle. It takes a few tempi. Maybe combine with b6, bishop e7. Yeah, it feels weird putting the bishop in front of the d-pawn. But it's more active than bishop e5 potential. If knight b5, I have bishop, probably bishop b8 or bishop e5. It looks like we'll have opposite side castling. Which means h4 is probably coming. You have g3. I just realized. Bishop is kind of slow. I'll still go for this. Rook b8 coming. Yeah, if we trade queens, I'm probably more comfortable. And bishop g2 is still a move. Interesting. So take. c4 should be one break. Opponent just wants to trade. Yeah, take in c4 probably. Maybe there's some argument to playing f5. I don't know if I want to play f5. It makes some sense. Like, positionally, I do want my pawns on light squares, which I've fully achieved. G4, take, rook G8. Let's go for it. White doesn't really have time for F5. You have take, F5. I have rook G1 with force mate. Hmm. Oh, there's takes and takes on C4. I think it's still okay for me. Or the recovers A3. I think I would still go for the check and then take back. Okay. Managed to win. I stopped the losing streak. 3.5 out of 6. Real quick, checking for any brilliant moves. I don't think I had any. No blunders, right? Yeah, relatively clean. One mistake. Engine does not like queen G5. But why? Oh, F4. To be honest, I didn't even see F4. A useful move, just defending and attacking, and black loses time. And the queen doesn't have a great square. The queen F5, there's bishop D3. Okay. So if I want to punish this opening, engine suggesting D5. I was considering this, thought white could just reinforce the pawn, but yeah, maybe it's just good structure. Yeah, if I want brilliant moves, I guess I have to play more like sharp positions, sharp openings, maybe some gambits. There's a question from Anna Maria in YouTube chat. Are you still in a new habitat? I'm in a different new habitat. It's a hotel. It's nice. Internet seems to be working. On a small vacation before I return to my natural habitat. So that was round 6. You can see the standings. Bortnik with the only perfect score. Ukesh with 5, along with Danya. Got a couple games still going. Yeah, this should be a draw, but sometimes it's tricky. You have to be careful where to put the king. Ooh. Ooh, it's kind of awkward. Yeah, black's going to win the pawn and then play 50 moves. It's not easy for white to defend with the increment. Oh, there goes the bishop. Rook d2 is smart because I think white was expecting rook c2. Very clever. I'm not in Saudi Arabia. I'm on the West Coast, US, on Pacific time. So it's 9:09 a.m. I woke up like shortly before 7 a.m. Oh, there's one game still going. Very dead draw. Who's playing for the win? Yeah, we do have the Proctor command. Explains what my requirements are. Okay. 186 moves. Okay, here we go. Playing for another London. Okay, solid position. Nothing too crazy. Some light pressure on the queen side. Maybe some idea rook c1, etc. Yeah, there's still some nagging pressure, even though pawn structure is like decently symmetrical. Rook a7 is a good move. Considering a4, a5. Let's go for it. I completely forgot this is a move, but black doesn't play it. This queen getting kicked around. I'm calculating bishop d6, rook takes d6. There's takes and rook c1. Yeah, still a lot of pressure. This knight is stuck. If the knight tries to develop, there's tactics. Do I have anything? I mean, I have this move. Oh, it doesn't work though. Maybe f3 first. Wow. Take, take. There's queen takes b4. Hmm. So there's a line takes and takes. Whoa. Did not see that move coming. Knight g6. Knight g6. It's insane. Like everything's hanging. But there's knight takes. Oh, that doesn't work. Queen d2? Queen d4 maybe. Man. What about now knight g6? No, knight d2 is the threat. I'm just worse. So bad. Yeah, the final position is losing. What to do? Tough game. I think I burned too much time looking for the win, and then I thought I was winning. I thought it was much better, and I missed knight d3. Knight d3 was a great move. I had one blunder. Okay, 3 blunders today, along with 3 losses. 50%. Yeah, let's just analyze here. Yeah, position was very, very good. Queen c2. Sometimes it's hard to consider moves like this. Like rook c1 is so natural, but queen c2 hits a knight and also pressures the bishop. The only way to defend the knight is f5, and then there's a fork. Or if queen b7, I just win the bishop. Oh, so white's still better here, but it's not easy. Yeah, queen b6 is maybe it's findable. Like I have to move my queen. I spent time calculating this, like just not realizing, or eventually realizing that yeah, there's just knight takes b4, so it doesn't work. So the point of queen b6 is very similar to queen d4, where we pressure the bishop, but from b6, white's not, or black's not threatening knight e2 with a fork. So that gives me time to go for this move, which I wanted to play. I can't play with my queen on d4. And this is a nice way to actually win back material, because after takes, take, I'm skewering, and then knight's also attacked. Oh, there is checkmate. Queen takes h4. The opponent let me off the hook, I guess. I mean, bishop takes b6 is still winning, but gave me some hope. Any chance to fight better? Yeah, I didn't want to play knight e5 and trade off my knight. Yeah, it's just losing after g5. But this is some attempt. Like I win back the exchange, but I'm down 2 pawns. Okay, moving on. Can I get one brilliant move? That's my one goal for the rest of the games. Okay, let's play my usual. Oh no. I moved too quickly. Okay. Opponent had take, but everything's okay now. Let's play a5. Castling is the main trap. I had a good number of games in Title Tuesday where players walk into castle and bishop h2. But not this game. Okay. It's getting interesting. F4 is probably a fine move. The knight wants to be here. Maybe b5. Okay, if e4, I win the queen. White's not going to blunder that, though. I like this, I like the direction this is headed, though. Knight e4 should come. Actually, this is probably a blunder for white allowing me to do this. Just win the thing. I want to sack the rook. I don't think it works. It feels like it almost works. b3 maybe? Actually, I should just take. I'm up the exchange. Should open files. And rook b8. Ooh, can I sack the queen? Take, take. Feels really close to working. Oh man, it's so tempting. It's probably a blunder though. I could take on e3. Yeah, it's so tempting. Oops. I can take here. I take on f4 now. I think I just do it. YOLO. I gotta get my brilliant move. So this is the calculation. If it takes, it's checkmate. Otherwise, I think I'm just winning. Okay. Please give me a brilliant move. Please. I worked so hard for that. That was a nice game. Got my queen sack. Let's see. I was around 8, so we have a break. Oh, come on. 95.8, really? But no brilliant move. I feel slightly insulted. Also, I blundered in the opening. H6 is... It's a mistake I almost never make. I made this maybe when I was first learning this opening. But specifically against queen c2, h6 is a mistake because takes, takes, and takes. And there's this this pin. So if we go back, let's just analyze here. Thank you, Atina Boo. Oh no! It froze again. After my bad. I'm so sorry. Let me fix this real quick. So did people not see what happened in the end of the game? Oh man. This might be a memory issue. I'm not sure what's happening or what's causing it. Anyway, I just assumed everyone was watching what I was seeing, which was not the case towards the end. Anyway, I sacked the queen. I played queen takes f4. I think it froze here, right? And then I took the rook, and I set up some mating net, and my opponent got mated. But chess.com gave me 0 brilliant moves. Oh, as in game review it froze. Okay. Okay, that's okay then. Anyway, going back. What was I analyzing? Oh yeah, I wanted to show the mistake in the opening that I made is like when I play h6, I usually play h6 after bishop d3, which is totally fine. But against queen c2, there's takes and takes and takes. And hopefully this makes sense. My opponent just instantly played bishop h4, so they were oblivious to the tactical trap that they set up. Thank you to Free to Try. Happy 80 months, or happy almost 80 months. Half of 80, 40. Sometimes I see the comment before I see the sub streak. Okay, so this is all fine. Yeah, knight e6 is one of the top moves. So black is completely winning here. I did kind of forget about c6, but that's okay. And queen takes f4 is the best move, but it's not good enough to be considered brilliant, I guess. Again, I'll check game review. Maybe it'll change its mind. No. Okay. It says I played like a 3000. Does chess.com only award brilliant moves if it's the best engine move? I'm not sure. I think it considers like if it's a sacrifice and if it's approved by the engine. But apparently sacking my queen is not good enough. I have to sack more, maybe. So, is one game going? No, this is from much earlier. Are we on a break? Oh, we are on a break. Okay, so all the games are done. Yeah, sometimes the interface just doesn't update. There's a few questions in YouTube chat about gambits. Have you ever tried Evan's gambit against title players? I've definitely tried against like lower level players. But I don't think I've played it in Title Tuesday. If I were to play it, I would need to like study it for probably a few hours, build a repertoire around it, which I haven't done enough of. But it's definitely a playable opening. I saw it played. What was it? In the most recent women's candidates. I forget who played it. Maybe Tan Zhongyi? The game was a draw, but it is playable at like very high level. Update widget. Did I not update it? Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Okay. 4.5 out of 8. So on a plus score. It's been up and down. Yeah, sorry again for the freezes of the board. I think like I think it's a memory issue. I probably have to clean out the space on my hard drive. Maybe update OBS. Oh, there was also a question. What's your take on Blackmar Deemer Gambit? I know it's maybe a somewhat popular opening at like amateur level, but it's very very rarely seen at high levels because there are a lot of ways for Black to be better against it. Yeah, I'm not sure how much memory Proctor is using. There's probably a way to check. I was told that like during breaks, the session uploads. So they upload recordings of my screen and both my camera angles and audio. So I'm sure that takes up some like processing. I think that explains the occasional lag like between games as well. And especially after the tournament. Thank you to Trevi. Happy 26. Appreciate that. I think we've reached the point where if I get the chance to play a Stafford, I will. I just want a brilliant move. And there's so many lines in Stafford where Engine will award brilliance. Okay, we got just over a minute. So Bortnick is 8 out of 8. That's crazy. Ukesh right behind with 7. Have to scroll down pretty far to find where I am. It's another thing, like the scroll thing, at some point it just kind of stops working. Might take a while to find me. I think I'm going to play down. Yeah, I'll almost certainly play down next game. Oh, the thing, ah. So this thing froze up too. Okay. To refresh. Yeah, I'm 4.5 out of 8. I wonder if it happens at the same time. It's like OBS just stops detecting Chrome. Okay, here we go. I played this last week in Title Tuesday. Had a pretty smooth game with it. I'm not sure if I want to play. Probably makes sense to play A3. And still go for F4. Wow. thinking you take once and rook f3. There's queen takes. Now let's take with pawn. Okay, trying to attack. Hmm. Take with bishop 2. Let's take with knight. Yeah, I'm not sure about this. I mean, g3, bishop h3. Knight's a little bit awkward, actually. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. What to do? What to do? GG. I don't know if I blundered that game. I think I just got outplayed. Maybe just a series of mistakes. One blunder. Broke H1. But it's already pretty bad. With the knight coming like here or here. So what am I supposed to do? If I play this, there's knight e4. Is there some... Maybe... No, bishop a6. Let's go back to this moment. Okay, blunder counter goes up. Lost counter also goes up. Back to 50%. Yeah, during the game, my opponent was playing so quickly, I thought maybe it could be prep. But apparently this is just, like, very bad for black. White has rook a6. Which I considered. I saw rook c8, and I didn't see a follow-up. I guess it's just useful pinning the knight, and then apply more pressure. It's crazy that white's, like, completely winning according to the engine. Oh, sorry if the thing is covering the other thing. I guess I can do this. Hopefully that's better. Okay, so I just missed a win. Engine prefers bishop takes g6, which, yeah, in hindsight... Actually, I don't know. Like, I allow knight e4. I thought with this, e-pawn's more exploitable, but f4 needs to be defended too. And white's... Yeah, white is doing well. I was feeling comfortable here. Black's tied down to e6. The problem is there's no, like, easy follow-up, and black is able to untangle. Everything just flows for black. I guess I have to be prophylactic, like h3. H3 is the type of move I'd probably eventually find in a classical game. But in Blitz, it's very difficult. Okay, moving on. 2 more games to go. Stafford Gambit time. I insist. Okay, we have a symmetrical Italian. Sometimes what I get for trying a Stafford. Hmm. Yeah, sometimes I like to be aggressive, but like d4 might be coming quickly. At d4, there's bishop g4 coming. This should be fine. So there's knight d4 and knight e7. And this is more active. Hmm. Want to do some fishing pole. And this probably just calls for positional play, like take and take. There's still some attacking ideas. You have to play king f8. Queen g4 might be coming. Then we have to trade queens. Mhm. Yeah, this doesn't really work. I thought I had knight d2, but knight just kind of gets stuck there. The white takes and plays king g2, the knight has to return probably to h7. It's still a fight, though. At least I'm playing quicker this game than last game. I could take... Not what I want to do, but let's do it. Mhm. This is kind of scary. I think I have to try this, though. Bishop a6, I move back, I lose b7, rook c5. We could trade off all the rooks. It's probably drawish. But time's getting low. I'm happy to see rook d1. We're not trading off the rooks. Mm-hmm. Okay. That was stressful. Somehow I won that. Unexpected mating attack. Although I was expecting it around here. Like when I play e4, I am trying to set up the mate. Okay. Plus score? 5.5 out of 10. One more game to go. Do some quick game review. That was a long game. A lot of moving around. No brilliant moves. One blunder. King f7 was blunderous. Oh yeah, I should have not lost the pawn. Oh. Okay, new game. So blunder counter is up to 5. I have one more chance to get a brilliant move. Maybe I should have played e4. It's too late now. London time, yet again. Yeah, this is a positional line. Could get more tactical later. This is a very typical maneuver. Knight should be happiest on d3. And one of the main plans is like b4, a5, and then eventually knight c5. I think I have to take that. I don't want to trade, but I feel like I have to. There is queen f4. Take. And queen f4 looks decent. Threatening g4. Take with pawn or rook. Keep the structure. Yeah, this is going to be hard to crack. Knight d6 and what to do. I don't want to trade queens. Probably like queen... Maybe g4, queen g3. Queen e3. There's also this idea. The knight can't return to f5 because I just take and there's 2 pins. Okay, I could take with bishop. Actually, taking with bishop looks great. And then rook b5. Okay. I'm conflicted because I want to win, but I also want to play a brilliant move. It's a very positional game. It might be hard to like have some brilliant sacrifice. Maybe eventually. With h5, I can take it. Almost have like h6, queen f8. I'm trying to attack from all directions. b7's attacked. Wow, it's almost some mating idea. So I think I'm threatening this, and then queen h8. Opponent allows it. I gotta do it. And now the king can't return. And I'm threatening this. The rook helps control the rank. This is looking real good. And this is a mate threat. f4. Running mate in 1. Or mate in 2, I guess. Okay. I was hoping to like sack the queen somehow for some mating construction, but yeah, a funny final position. Let's check game review. Fun game to end things on. No brilliant moves today. Sorry. Sorry for my failure to deliver. But no blunders this game. Okay. So my final blunder count for the tournament is 5. My final score is 6 out of 11. And my rating ends at 2777. It feels like a lucky number. I think I'm going to wrap things up. Although I guess we can wait for the winner to be determined. Denlaz. Oh, so it comes down to this game. Denlaz has 9.5. This game is who's Fandering? Chagayev against this person. Looks like Chagayev's gonna win. Classic Lucina position. If I were white, I would try and walk the king to the corner, set up the stalemate trap. But It's not happening here. GG. Congratulations, Chagayev, Fandorine, winning the tournament. Bortnik was leading for a while, but finishes in second. Yeah, big thanks to everyone who tuned in. I don't think I'll be streaming later for the second Title Tuesday, but if I am, be sure to hit follow and subscribe if you're watching on Twitch or YouTube. And I'll be back. Oh, brilliant stream, says Nishu. Yeah, maybe my moves weren't considered brilliant, but I hope people did enjoy the stream. And yeah, if I don't return today, I will return in the future.